Welcome back to iHeart Crypto. So, we're going to start here off on the S&P actually today. All right, so there's a couple of things I just want to go over before we dive into Bitcoin and what we think is going to happen in the upcoming 2 to 3 weeks. All right, so, you got the S&P. All right, this is the S&P futures. All right. So one thing I'm looking at here is back in 2008. All right, the thing that's concerning me is money flow on the S&P just started to come out after a very, very long time of being in the green. All right, and if you look back here, 2008. All right, and this is what it really starts to look like. All right, is in 2008, right before we had a big capitulation, we got this nice trigger wave. Right as money flow was coming out, VWAP was coming up. All right, and VWAP came up, made a lower high, and then bam, we headed straight down. All right, so if you go over to the price action, all right, on the weekly, all right, it looks very similar to what it does now. All right, so we stopped. We never hit this line again. One, two touches. We stopped here. We stopped right in the middle. We came up just a little bit. All right. And then we got the red dot on the weekly. And then bam. Big capitulation. All right. And, that took, roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, about a month before it started to head back down. All right. It kind of looks like that now if you look at Market Cipher. All right. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, all right, because God knows what's going to actually happen. Okay. But if we do look here on Market Cipher, you're getting that trigger wave right now. Money flow is coming out. All right. So is it possible that your little trigger wave here, that your VWAP is going to come up, roll over, and then bam, we're going to head straight down. All right. It's very, very possible. All right. I just don't like the way things are looking. All right. Also, on the weekly time frame, you have this yellow vector candle here that was never taken. All right. On the weekly. I don't like that. Okay. And once we start to make that lower low, I think, that's when the capitulation is going to happen. You could get a bounce here, and then come back up. But, if you look here on your trend line, you did actually, the thing that's different this time is that on this trend line, you actually did get 3 touches, okay? And you didn't, and you're at your 200-week moving average on the S&P, all right? So, it's not exactly a time to be bearish, all right? Not at the 200-week moving average where you've historically had support, all right, for a very, very long time, all right? However, in 2008, and this is really what, we're comparing it to because the price action looks so similar, all right? You actually were closing. The thing about 2008 was, you were closing candles below the 200-week moving average, all right? And then you capitulated. That's a little bit different, all right? The only thing that's concerning me is this trigger wave here with money flow coming out. That is concerning at the very moment. All right. So that's the thing I'm looking at on the S&P. All right. The other thing is that the dollar. All right. The dollar actually is showing some weakness at the moment. All right. On the dollar, you do have a blood diamond on the daily, and a little M formation forming at the highs. Lots of vector candles down below. All right. That's just something I'm looking at. Now, how far will this blood diamond play out? What you want to see is a break of 110. All right. That's what you really want to see. All right. And then a break of this line right here at like 108-ish. All right. That's another thing that you want to see. Momentum is generally coming out, but you could come down, create another little momentum wave here, and then head back up, and then that could be, you know, where things are headed, okay? But, you know, one thing about Bitcoin, all right, that I really found interesting over the past week, all right, was how the market makers played their beautiful, beautiful structure, all right? So let's just, you know what, let's come over here, get a nice cleaner chart here. Let's go to the 1 hour. All right. So last week, market makers did a great job of doing something like this. All right. And my candles are a little bit different here, but let me just look at this for the structure of everything. All right. Last week, over the weekend, all right, painted a beautiful W formation. All right. Or inverse head and shoulders. You know, around Sunday, around 3 o'clock, we got the first hit to the upside. Okay. First hit to the upside. All right. And then a retrace. All right. So, you know, you got your W. Did you come above your line here? You did, right? So right here, this would be your W, your retrace to test here, all right? 1 hit to the high, 2 hit to the highs, retrace, M formation, right? Hit to the low, 1, hit to the low, 2. Beautiful, beautiful market maker structure, okay? So that was interesting. Now, again, you're painting another inverse head and shoulders. All right, so over here we had a nice little inverse head and shoulders. Over here you have another nice little inverse head and shoulders. All right, so that's another thing to be mindful of. All right, if this plays out, all right, it's got a measured move up to here. All right, so let me just dive over onto my other chart and see, because my other chart's got some other things going on. It's just a little bit better. It's got, my indicators are a little bit, they're set up. All right, so let's go into Bitcoin on the 1 hour. All right, it just looks a little bit messy, that's all. All right, so I mean, really what I'm asking myself is, what is the intention of the market maker? Is he going to be bringing price up? Because we are at a very interesting point, all right? This yellow, well, I'm so sorry that it's like hard to see, but basically what you're in here is a descending triangle, all right? That's basically what you're in, all right, if you can see. All right, let's go over here. Descending triangle right here. All right. Just like that. I'm drawing all over the place. But yeah, that's what you're in. All right. You know, these patterns, I don't know how to feel about them really, because really they're just retail patterns. You know, that's what they want you to look at. That's a descending triangle, right? But you come over to the weekly, all right, and you do have bullish divergence on the weekly. All right. Let me show you. All right, so in our RSI here, right, you made some bullish divergence. All right. Now, the funny thing is that if you draw it like that, it looks like you back tested and now you're coming back out. All right, just saying. All right, but you did have bullish div right here. All right, where you had higher highs in your RSI and lower highs. Oh, I'm frozen. Frozen, and we're back. Hello, people. And you had higher highs in your RSI, all right, and lower highs in your price action, all right. So right here, right here, you had bullish divergence, all right. Now you did come up. You did come up to about 20K, all right. So could that have played out? I don't, you know, that's something to think about. All right, just think about that. All right, we do know that a huge move is coming. All right, and if you look on the weekly, I mean, it's so hard to say because you don't want to get bearish at support, but you know, it looks like it's rolling over. I mean, You made a lower high last week. You've now made a lower high this week. Could we be rolling over? You know? But you look on the daily. All right? On the daily, I mean, you're closing candles on the daily outside of here. All right? And things don't look exactly bearish, you know, in the stock market at the moment, right? Because, you know, like we said, like a rally looks like it's coming, you know? I mean, a rally looks like we're coming up here to test the golden pocket and then roll over, right? So in the stock market, I mean, that's another 7% up, which could be another 20% in Bitcoin, okay? So it looks like a bear market rally is coming. Do I think it's going to be a fake out? Yes. I think that we are actually just coming up here to actually probably around the 800 EMA on your 4 hour. Where is that? Where are we? 800. All right, 800 EMA is sitting up here around. Where are you? There it is. Around 22,700. All right, that's a place of interest for me. All right, now I don't know if we're gonna make it up that high. All right, because we really want to take this vector candle here on the 4 hour. All right, the thing that makes me think that we're coming up is, you know, that one CPI print from September 22nd. All right, all these shorts are just sitting here, pretty, waiting for the move down. All right, so are they going to get a free ride? I don't think so. I don't think that they're just going to give these shorts a free ride. I think we're coming back up to take this vector. All right, and in that case, I would look for a short around, you know, 22,700. You know, could we come a little bit higher? I mean, it would make sense. Maybe you come up here, you test 23,500. That's a fib level. All right, you know, you got to get people excited. You got to get people thinking that you've made a higher high on a larger time frame. All right, you're gonna get back above your 800 EMA on your 4 hour. All right, because last week what we did was we tested the 800 EMA on the 1 hour. All right, and if we're gonna have a rally, I could see something playing out like this, where if I come over to a 2-day time frame, all right, and the other thing, there's another thing. You know, you got a red dot on your 2-day time frame and a lower low on your momentum waves, but your VWAP is coming up. So, I mean, I just see a lot of mixed signals on the chart, all right? However, I do think something like this could play out, all right? In the short term here. All right? So, if we do want to come up to take this vector, all right? I'm sorry, this vector right here. All right? Sitting up there, you could see something like this. So, you do have a little bit of a W formation forming. All right. Maybe I'll come over to my Trader's Reality, this other chart here to show. And here's, by the way, here's how I set up my indicators. All right. So on Trader's Reality, right, I change a lot of the style, right? So let me show you how I change this. I change my green vector candles to yellow. I change my red vector candles to like a light blue. All right. And then I also change my volume. Whoa. I'll also change my volume. My PVSRA volume to show that the market maker is selling and the market maker is buying. Okay, so that'll give you a better idea of what I'm up to here. Okay, so let's pop over to regular candles. Let's go over to a 2-day time frame. All right, this is a little bit cleaner, maybe easier to see. All right, so what could we be looking at here on a 2-day time frame? All right, it could play out something like this, where you have your W formation. All right, you break back above here. All right, you're gonna retest, drop level 1, come back up. You'll probably get some resistance here, drop level 2, make a little bit of an M formation at the highs here. Drop level 1, retest, drop level 2, retest, and then you're just going sideways again. All right, that's just another option. Okay, just another thing to think about. All right, back to it. Feeling tired today. All right, so that's what I'm looking at here. I mean, looking at levels. All right, you have from here. You got your 800 EMA sitting at 19,500. All right, that's a big level. All right, on your 4 hour, your 200 EMA sits right there as well. All right, moving up, you got a big level here at 19,800. All right, you got your 55 EMA sitting at 19,000, about 20,000. Okay, moving up a little bit higher. All right, what do we got going on? We got another level here at 20,280. All right, and then you start to get into this low volume gap where price can really move. All right, if you can make it up there, all right, price is going to get really volatile up here. All right, and price is going to be doing some crazy things. Okay, so that's just another thing. All right, so do I think we see a bear market rally? I mean, things are so tight that you can just see an explosion out of here. All right, anything can happen, but really this weekend not much has happened. You do have vector candles on the hourly to the top and to the bottom. All right, you do have this little inverse head and shoulders painting over here. All right, and what did we know about last time? I mean, they brought it up and then they brought it back down. All right, this is a little bit of a bigger one though. All right, so could we get that move up? I mean, the measured move of this inverse head and shoulders at the break, right, would get you back up to there. All right, that would make people feel bullish. Okay, that would make people feel bullish. A lot of people would buy that. All right, you could wait for the pullback, right, and then the move up. Okay, so just another thing to think about. You know, it's really hard because you do have a vector here. Now I could see on Monday having the false move on Monday is, you know what, it's very, I'm looking at the price action now. You know, right now you've come back down. Look at how they test this line. Look at how they test that descending triangle, thinking that like it's becoming invalid, right? So now you're getting a move up. All right, 11 a.m. on a Sunday. Interesting. Maybe the market makers are coming to work early. Who knows? Who knows? But really, what you've done here on the hourly time frame, right, is that if this is a W formation, if this is the first part of the sequence, all right, what you've done is you've come back and you've tested, right? So here's your W. Where's my W? This would be my W right here, right? Here's your W, all right? You've gotten a rise above the neckline, okay? And you've come back down to test it, all right? And now you're getting that move up, all right? So, again, this could be your rise level 1, starting here early, all right? Rise level 1, okay? Take that vector and then drop, okay? This is on the 1 hour. Now let's pop over to the 4 hour. All right, so rise level 1. Okay. I mean, we do expect a lot of volatility coming in. All right, so don't be surprised, you know, when things get absolutely crazy. All right, so you got rise level 1, drop, rise level 2. I mean, do you make it back above your 55 EMA? I mean, you're going to get a lot of resistance here on your bull market resistance band as well. Okay? One hour EMA. There we go. Let's move you down a little bit. All right. I mean, the daily, you're printing a green dot. All right. Your RSIs are pointed up. Okay, a lot of momentum here on the daily, right? You didn't exactly make a lower low in your momentum waves, okay? But you did kind of create, did you create some bullish divergence on your 2-day? Let's see. Some kind of divergence. Yeah, you do have 2-day, boom. No, not really. Not really. How about in your RSI? Actually, on your 2-day RSI, it looks like you're breaking trend, to be honest with you, at the moment. But that could change. That could change. Alright, what else we got? BBWP is low. Your Stokes on your 2-day look like they're curving down. Alright, Stokes on your daily are curving up. Alright, on your 3-day curving up. So momentum looks like it wants to go to the upside here on the new week. Alright, other thing. Alright, so we know that the dollar took a nosedive. Right? Now, what you would expect is a retrace, at least, for False Move Monday. Alright? So, it looks like they started the little W formation here. And then we'll get a little bit of a retrace. Just a little bit of a retrace. To come back up into these vectors here. And then we can head back down. Okay, dollar yen took an absolute nosedive. Again, I would expect to come up and recover some of this vector early in the week for a false move. But honestly, I'm mainly bullish at this point right here. I mean, here's an LOW. I mean, you can find W's anywhere, you know. What you really want to look for is something to happen on Tuesday. All right, look at this. You're painting another vector here on your 1 hour. That's indicative of another move down. All right, and you do have you have a little bit down here, but not much. They're painting the spread. Right, but the main thing I guess I wanted to communicate today was the S&P. All right, having a move up. And then, I mean, look at these 3-day candles. You know, I don't know, it just looks sketch to me. Market Cipher on the weekly looks sketch. That's the main thing. It looks sketchy. Comparing it to 2008, money flow, like the money is coming out of the asset. The money is coming out aggressively, and price is moving up. That doesn't seem that good. All right, that doesn't seem that good. All right, I mean, you haven't had a good dip in money flow on the weekly. I mean, the last time you had it was around here. All right, and even then you still kind of went sideways for a really long time. You went sideways for like a year. All right, back in 2015. All right, no one knows what's gonna happen, but you know, mainly your momentum has been to the downside since March of 2022. All right, your momentum has been down here. All right, what you could look for is just for momentum to. I mean, what would happen in 2008? I mean, look, again, momentum. You printed that trigger wave here. All right, money flow started to come out. All right, you printed the trigger wave. You came up, and then bam, you just got smacked down. You know, your VWAP came up. Look at that rally. You know, there was a large rally, and then bam, you got smacked down. I don't like that. That doesn't look great. It doesn't look great for the S&P on the weekly. All right, it doesn't look great. Not on Market Cipher, at least. Okay, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. So there's that. Anyway, so that's the general prediction. We're gonna have about 3 weeks of upside. Oh, there was one more thing. The VIX. All right, the VIX looks scary. Very scary. All right, coming to a 5-day. All right. So you look at the VIX here. You got this little pattern playing out. All right. This little up down V. All right. This is what I'm looking at. All right. Take that and you overlay it over here. You have like the same type deal right before the capitulation in 2008. All right, same deal. All right, and looking at the spot on where we are on the S&P, looking where we are with the VIX doing this little V-shaped behavior. All right, I don't care for that. I don't care for that. You know, we had a bear market rally, one last one before bam, we got smacked to the downside for a huge capitulation event that led to a big opportunity. Okay, so do I think we come down here for the next month? Yeah, and I think that once you don't make a lower low here, it's gonna come get smacked up to the upside, which would give the dollar an opportunity to come down, all right, and give you a nice little fake out on this trend line, right? A little fake out, come back down, claim a vector, and then bam, you're heading back up. That's the general consent. That's general my thoughts. Take it for what you will. I'm just a guy in a stupid Toy Story T-shirt, But yeah, I'm generally skeptical of the market. Okay. I mean, look at this 6-month candle on the S&P. That doesn't look bullish. That does not look bullish. All right, that is a bearish engulfing candle on the 6-month. All we've gotten is a retrace. Okay. It looks like you're getting a retrace, a 20 on your 3-month. On DBSI. All right, that is not bullish. This is not bullish. Okay, your monthly is still showing downward pressure. All right. Look at that, 618. Who knows? Maybe you get a huge fake out. Who knows? A melt up and then a melt down. Interesting. Anyway, do I think we're gonna crash? Yes. I'll stick to that for the time being. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing on the lower time frames. Looks like we're getting a little bit of price action. A little bit of price action. It's a good candle. It's fun. Look at that. They want to pump it. Pump it! Great. Get them all the FOMO. Nuts. Absolutely despicable. Despicable. Here it is. Testing the 200 on the 1 hour. We'll see what happens here. The day's young. You've gotten some wicks to this already over the past weekend. Right? I don't think it's going to break out here. Not particularly. Let's see what you're doing on your half hour. Yeah. Look at that. He's getting ready to do something. Now you got another vector here. I would wait for the pattern to play out. I don't know. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if this is your inverse head and shoulders, if this is it, this could be the move for the weekend, right? You've come down, you've maintained that, you've basically back tested this as your W formation, and now you're getting your rise level 1. Okay? Rise level 1. Probably gonna get a good move if it is 2%. I could see that. So here it would be like this for the upcoming week. All right. Let's collapse these. Give myself a little more space. It's a little bit hard to draw because I got like no space, but here. I'll do a little something like this, alright? So, on your 1 hour, this to me is your W. Alright? There's a W. There's also one there, but okay, it doesn't really matter. Alright? Come back up. You've tested the neckline. Rise up, level 1. Bam. Come back down. Test your 800 EMA as support. Okay? Right? Maybe you come down a little bit more, you know? Get some people confused. Alright? And then rise up, level 2. Right? Get rejected off your 55 EMA. Come back down. Test these highs. Okay? And then we're looking for the peak formation. All right? Peak formation. Somewhere up here, maybe 20,000-ish. You make a lower high, that's not going to be great, but another peak formation up here. And then drop. Level 1. Drop. Level 2. And then you're back to where you started. And really nothing has happened. But then again, I don't know. Anyway, it's 11:06. It was good doing a video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.